So Biden's executive sweet nothings, all right?
Right. Yeah. Because all these want to be reform the party Democrats are talking about how great Biden's been doing. And Pasta, you looked at this. I've looked at some of this too.
Yeah.
It's really a whole lot of nothing, right?
It is.
I will give credit where it's due, but I'm extremely suspect because a lot of the problems that we have today were caused by the previous administration.
Yeah.
So
a lot of stuff that was very much just, we talk about symbolism, and it gives people a chance to, it's a bumper sticker quote. Look what Biden did. That was awful what Trump did. Look what Biden did immediately. A lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it means nothing. There's nothing of any significant, nothing you can sink your teeth into. Just like those kind of like hearings where they don't really talk about the issues. They just talk about the fluff on the outside. Same thing with the executive orders. So let's go over them. So here's a list of all the president's key executive orders in one chart. The first one, re-engage with the WHO, the World Health Organization. He's ending the withdrawal process. He's going to stay in there. That's going to give some right-wingers teeth to go, see, he's connected to China. China's all up in the WHO, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, we're going to work with our friends, no malarkey around the world, and stay in the WHO. Really doesn't mean much. Either way, doesn't affect our lives. Create a position for COVID-19 response coordinator. Oh, it's an executive order. We're going to put somebody on top to help with the COVID-19 response. See, Donald Trump, he wasn't taking it serious, and now Joe Biden is. He's putting more people in line to help us out with the COVID. Rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement once again.
Wait, sorry.
I
got to say something. Yeah,
sorry.
like there's no health care. Where's the health care? Where's the stimulus? Where's anything related to actually helping people go through this fucking pandemic? You keep closing and reopening and closing, and people are going to get laid off. People are going to lose their jobs. This isn't just affecting now the working class sector. It's affecting the middle class. It's affecting all these small businesses. That's bullshit. It's just symbolism. That's all it is. Yeah. So I don't want to hear, oh, that's such a great. No, it's not. It's not anything tangible that we can see.
It's not like he said, let's go get Medicare for all. Let's go do these things.
Yeah.
I'm going to create somebody in a position that's going to tell you that your freaking healthcare sucks, that we can't help you. Rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement.
The same thing.
Symbolism.
So what?
Really.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So what do we get by that? Are we actually stopping fracking?
Nope.
No. Are we gonna implement anything related to a Green New Deal? No.
Nope.
We're not doing any of that stuff. Like what? Okay. Great. What am I supposed to care about that? Like, how do I tangibly benefit from that? How do Americans benefit from that?
Yeah. So revoke permit for the Keystone XL pipeline. Pause energy leasing in Anwar. So, this is one thing that people talk about, the green activists right out the bat. See what's going on. It's like, do you remember what this guy is all about? This guy did nothing when Standing Rock was going on. This guy took fracking money right out of the gate. This guy, as soon as he won the primary, said, I'm not going to ban fracking. The whole time he was freaking out there saying, him and Kamala Harris, Green New Deal, we're going to ban fracking. Are we going to go to the... Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to go through them real quick. Extend eviction foreclosure moratorium.
But people are still getting evicted, too.
Yes.
And it doesn't. That was going to happen anyway. And then regarding the Keystone Pipeline, he's going to try to get other countries' resources instead.
Yeah. Extend education student loan pause. That shit was going on. And launch an initiative to advance racial equality. This is the part where a lot of people are going to say, the virtue signaling, when Donald Trump said, I don't want to talk about this stuff. This is bad. It's awful. Now he's bringing it back. Let's talk about racial equality and all this other stuff. Revoke order that aims to exclude undocumented immigrants from the census. This is a big one because Donald Trump and their whole team was trying to exclude undocumented immigrants in the census. He's trying to get them back in. Therefore, the big Democratic states can keep more of their seats. In other words, right now, according to the numbers, California was expected to lose 2 congressional seats. They'll get those congressional seats back if we can get undocumented workers inside.
Which is good
census.
for undocumented workers, but they're not doing it because of them. They're doing it because
they're exploiting
of politics.
Them right
yeah,
now. They're exploiting them right now.
And I just gotta say too, the what is it to the student loan thing. Where's the student loan forgiveness? Where is all of that? Like, you still gotta pay.
Yeah.
Like
he's extending. That's all he's doing. Yeah. Require mask and on federal property for federal workers. This is the thing when he's going, I'm going 100-day mask mandate. Well, yeah, he knows right now, if I do that, I have to give financial solutions to people. We're not going to give the money, so let's just kind of like put it on federal buildings and federal workers. It really doesn't mean anything, you know what I'm saying? Reverse travel ban on the Muslim countries, the ones that Donald Trump said, the ones that we were at
But
war
we're
with.
still
and
going to
stuff.
continue bombing and droning them.
Stop construction on the border wall. And guess what? He's going to probably
Still
stop
gonna
construction
continue-
where it's already up. They already spent money. Nancy Pelosi
Right.
gave them the money to do this. Is all virtue signaling. Combat discrimination of basis of sexual orientation and gender identity.
Okay, that's great.
That was the whole
think
Title
that's
IX
good.
stuff and everything. Require ethics pledge for executive branch personnel. Modernize and improve regulatory review. End harsh and extreme immigration enforcement. He's going to keep
But
staying
ICE
in those
is still
countries
there.
that start. Yeah, he's going to stay in those countries where we're tearing it to hell. In fact, the
Right.
Venezuelan policy, fam, it's more of the same. So really, don't give us that bullshit. Extend protection from deportation for
Liberians.
Oh, so Liberian. Okay.
I thought,
Oh,
you-
I was going to say libertarians
Libertarians.
over there. Revoke certain executive orders concerning federal regulation. Freeze any new or pending regulations. This is all bullshit. Fill supply shortfalls and fight with COVID-19 with the Defense Production Act. Other measures.
yeah, that's
Increase
a whole lot of
FEMA
nothing.
reimbursement to states for National Guard. Establish COVID-19 pandemic testing
This is
board
all just
and expand testing. Bolster access to COVID-19 treatments and clinical care. Improve collection analysis of COVID-related data. See, all this shit he's kind of like, virtue signaling about was the whole
Right.
thing when they were
COVID,
saying
COVID.
Donald
Trump
Trump
didn't
failed
handle-
on COVID. He was
Right.
awful. All these people were dead. Joe Biden's going to handle it better. Well, this is the stuff he's doing at the end of it. Meanwhile, he's going to send people back to work and he's going to end the lockdowns because he's not going to provide a
Right.
financial solution. So you better believe it's plebs get back to work. Mount vaccination campaign amid goals such as 100 million shots in 100 days.
Yeah, let's
They
rush
love
that vaccine.
We're going to do 100 million shots in 100 days. That they love doing that shit. Provide guidance on safely reopening schools, meaning they are going to open up these schools. Blah, blah, blah. Establish COVID-19 health equity task force. A bunch of bullshit. Here's one that some people might like. The repeal and the ban on the transgender people serving openly in the U.S. military, which is a good thing.
That
I'm
is a
saying
good
it was bullshit that Donald Trump
Yep.
did that. I mean, it was so stupid.
He
Why
was
even
doing
mess
that.
around with that stuff? He was just sending red meat to his base.
Yeah, that's
fam.
what he was doing.
Yeah, it's same with the
it's
whole
horrible.
like you have a year in jail for burning American flag. You're so stupid when it comes to these things,
Right.
Donald Trump. These are the things that we don't forget that you did. But Joe Biden's no better. End Justice Department use of private prisons.
Okay,
Johnny?
so this one. And
Yeah.
did you want to say something on that real quick? Yeah.
Yeah, so this applies only federally and not
Yeah.
to private state-run prisons
Which is the majority
or
of prisons.
ICE
Yeah.
camps.
Yes.
Which is the
and
majority of them.
I wanted to make that clear.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are saying, see, no, this most of the prison system is private. That's the problem. We have a private prison system. So again, that's how they get you.
Directs HUD to address discriminatory housing practices. Combat racism against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. This was the whole
Memorandum.
This was the whole thing. Like Donald Trump is being xenophobic against the Chinese.
Well, yeah,
Now we're
was.
going to combat
Right.
it with this here. That's what
Yeah.
this is. Direct agencies to engage in consultations with tribal governments. Oh my God, I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell that means. It
Yeah.
can go any way. You can see reopen, go down a little bit. Obamacare marketplaces. Here comes the
ACA.
It's to be determined and bunch of bullshit. Create task force to reunite migrant families separated at the border.
Okay, let's see how quickly we do that because that's to be determined.
Yeah. I mean, really, to tell you the truth, it was a bunch of fluff. It was a bunch of just virtue signaling. Also, the $15 by 2025, fam.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Yeah, so Joe Biden is pushing $15 by 2025. Weren't they pushing $15 by 2015, then $15 by 2020, and now it's 2021? Oh, by 2025 we'll have $15 for the federal
Ridiculous.
minimum wage. But like, literally, our economy is going to be like in the water by then. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
$15 by 2025 will not be enough at the rate things are of inflation.
And the
This
way
is
things
crazy.
are going, most people now are gig workers. So you don't address them one way or the other. You didn't say, how are we going to fix these situations and stuff? You're not guaranteeing them salary. When your boss is an app, there's so much leeway for the apps to screw you, right?
Boss isn't up. It's sad, but
It's
that's
terrible,
the gig
but it's-
economy right
your
now.
boss is an app. You have no way of like communicating with anybody. You do what the app tells you, and they don't protect your salary one way or another. I remember as they kept on pulling back the money away from the Uber drivers, pulling it away, pulling it away, pulling it away, pulling it away. You heard more Uber drivers cry and complain about they're not getting money. Meanwhile, the person who owns that app is a quadrillionaire of sorts and whatnot.
And one last thing, Aaron Matei retweeted this, the Wall Street Journal, because the Biden administration has imposed a temporary freeze on U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia, which sounds like a great thing, and the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, as it reviews billions of dollars in weapons transaction approved by former President Donald Trump, according to U.S. officials. The review, the officials said, includes the sale of precision guided ammunitions to Riyadh, as well as the top-line F-35 fighters to Abu Dhabi, a deal that Washington approved as part of the Abraham Records. And then here we go, in which it states that U.S. officials said it isn't unusual for a new administration to review arms sales approved by a predecessor, and that despite the pause, many of the transactions are likely to ultimately go forward. So basically, signaling. He's suspending this, but they're going to do this behind the scenes. The media isn't going to report on it, and they're going to continue to push and get this done. And they're not going to really do what needs to be done in Yemen. So prove me wrong, Biden administration. Let's see what you can do.
It's all a bunch of executive sweet nothings. That's all it is. I mean, there are a few things that we can honestly talk about and say, hey, this is a positive thing. Let's get this into the realm of discussion. But for the most part, there was nothing that you can really sink your teeth in. An executive order would have been healthcare for all until the pandemic is ended and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Something like that you are really of significance that we can look at. You know what I'm saying? A UBI until the end of June. You know what I'm saying? For all these people. Plus, for rent forgiveness for all those people who owe money so that they're not going to get thrown out in the streets. Something like that. There was no serious executive order that we could sink our teeth into. So that is that when it comes to Biden.